Hello, thank you for stopping by this channel. I'm Robbie, and this is Everyday Life and Finance with Robbie. And today I'd like to talk to you about your inner voice, trusting your inner voice. How often have you thought about something and ignored the hints, the warning signs, only to realize that you should have taken action? Your mind and your body are very powerful things, and your mind especially. While you sleep and even while you're awake, your mind is consolidating thoughts, dreams, ideas, and processing them. You know, you may receive messages or thoughts in a dream, and it's all as a result of your mind consolidating and processing, things that have happened in the past, thoughts that you may have, things that you may have learned, and your mind's processing, working for you, and you don't even realize it. Sometimes we just ignore it, and you don't want to do that. You want to listen to your inner voice and consider some of the thoughts. I've had, days whereas maybe I've had a difficult day and decided I'm just going to take a break. Sometimes that's my thing. If I have a difficult day, when it's over, I just want to, go to sleep and think about it. And while sleeping, you know, my mind is still processing. And sometimes I've awakened in the morning and I'm like, hey, a light bulb goes off and I'm like, hey, I have the solution, or hey, I have a great idea or the resolution to some issue that I may have been facing. You know, and it all comes to me either in a dream or I wake up and my mind is fresh and my mind has processed everything that I may have been thinking. And that's a part of your inner voice, so you don't want to ignore that. And it may not be spot on, you may have to tweak it and make some adjustments, but sometimes something comes out of it. You have a thought, you have an idea, and something comes out of it. One thing that I do is I like to write everything down. So if I have a dream about something that I think I should consider, I will most likely write it down. And I write it down as soon as I wake up, because for some reason, and I don't know if this happens to you, I will remember the dream when I first, wake up, and then within an hour I can't remember all of it, and sometimes that troubles me. And I tend to have really good dreams. I'm gonna be honest. I have some great dreams, so I kind of look forward to going to sleep, because my dreams are usually good, and I do, like I said, I get a lot of ideas and thoughts, come to me when I dream or while I sleep. Okay, so do not ignore your inner voice, you know. And while we're talking about, intuition and not ignoring things, I'd also like to talk to you about your body. I encourage you not to ignore, signs that your body is giving you. If you have noticed certain consistent changes in your body, or pains or feelings, that are unusual to you and that have been constant, um, your body may be trying to tell you something, trying to, let you know that something's going on. So it's a good idea, when you start feeling those things, don't ignore it, because it could be something bigger, maybe nothing, but it could be something bigger. And, in many instances, if you catch something earlier, it's easier to deal with. So if you're experiencing something like that, go have it checked out. Don't be that person that says, oh, I'll do it in 3 months, or oh, I can't afford it. Figure out a way to get it checked out, and don't ignore it, because it could become worse. It may be nothing, but then again, it could become worse. So you want to make certain that you've addressed it. So it's much better to be safe than experience problems later. Don't wait until it gets worse. And like I said, in many instances, it's better if you catch something earlier in its early stages. So your mind and body are powerful. You don't want to ignore, the thoughts that come about. You want to explore some of the things that you've been thinking about. If you've had negative thoughts, maybe you want to speak to a therapist or someone along those lines to get you back on track. If you've had creative ideas, you may want to explore those things, and figure out, whether you can use them. And some of the creative ideas and thoughts that you have in mind, they may seem impossible or seem out of reach. And no, maybe you can, break them down and break those ideas down into smaller ideas. Take baby steps in creating something and developing, an idea, and bringing something into reality, into fruition. So you may want to just look at things in that manner and not look so much at the big picture, but look at, how can you take steps. I mean, even with starting this channel, I had been planning to start this channel for a very long time. So I started out, writing down different ideas, and I wasn't sure what I really wanted to focus on. I knew what I was good at. I'm a person that's good at encouraging and motivating people, and I also love finance. And I thought about, oh, I could do a financial channel, but I didn't know, whether that would be interesting and exciting enough. And I also, want to encourage people to become better and motivate them. So I know that I want to do that. I also like other things. I love fashion. You may not be able to see it yet because I don't always, get dressed for these videos, or get really, focus on that for these videos. But maybe I need to start doing that. But I love fashion. I love travel. So I wanted to find a way to combine all of those things, and I just couldn't really figure it out. And I kept saying, okay, you're going to figure it out. Just keep writing down your ideas. And that's what I did. But it was taking too long. And then I have a good friend, and I suggested to her, I said, oh, you're great with fashion and so forth. Let's do a channel together, and we'll do different segments and so forth. And she seemed interested, but it never really got off the ground. And that was me trying to stay in my comfort zone, trying to get someone to come in with me so that we can do it together. And again, sometimes that doesn't work. And I've learned in life that sometimes you have to, take a leap of faith and do things on your own, not wait for the other person, that person that says, oh, I'm going to do it, we're going to do it together. No, not waiting for them. We talked in another video about traveling, and people saying, oh, they want to go somewhere, and then it just not happening. I'm not going to sit back and keep waiting for people, or what we're talking about now, following your dreams. If I have an idea and I thought maybe I could partner with someone to do it, and that person really isn't doing much to get it off the ground, hey, I'm doing it, I'm going to figure it out. And with this channel, I wasn't really sure, but I said, hey, just like what I said as far as my earlier advice, take baby steps, just get started. So finally, with the channel, I just said, okay, I have enough ideas. Now I need to just start recording and just taking it one step at a time. I'm sure my later videos will be much better than some of these earlier videos. But I'm a work in progress. So, I came out of my comfort zone, and I said, hey, I'm just going to get started and keep going and see where this leads me. I don't know where this is going to lead me. And that's what I was saying earlier. Sometimes you just have to follow your dreams, follow your, listen to your intuition, and just go from there. You have to explore your dreams and your intuitive thoughts, you know, to see what's meant, what's meant by them. Is there anything? Sometimes you may have a thought, or that really means nothing, but sometimes you need to explore it and see if there's anything there. So you might be surprised at the things that come out of these thoughts, the accomplishments and things that you can achieve as a result of, following your intuitive thoughts. So, there might be a good idea that's trying to come through that could lead you to prosperity, financial prosperity. And as for warning signs from your body, again, don't ignore them, because your body may be signaling that something's wrong, or something needs to be addressed. Maybe it's minor, it's not always bad, so you want to check those things without delay to make certain that it doesn't create a problem later on. So, lastly, you may be wondering, where's the financial connection? As I try to, in each of my videos, I try to show you the financial connection. And here, there definitely is. Your intuitive thoughts, they may lead you to a prosperous venture,